I've been the shit.
Justin Bieber's most recent public appearance has truly left many people in shock, and not in a good way. It was honestly very unsettling. His appearance was concerning, to say the least. He looked completely out of sorts, almost as if he hadn't had proper sleep or nourishment for days. His eyes were distant and unfocused, while his face appeared drained of all energy. It was almost impossible not to notice how unwell he seemed, leading some to even speculate that he might have been under the influence of something. The transformation was heartbreaking, especially when you consider how full of life and energy he once was. To see him looking so lost and vulnerable, it's tough to watch. Now, there's a growing sense of concern coming from not just his close friends, but even those who aren't as involved in his life anymore. In particular, sources have revealed that Selena Gomez, yes, Selena, is deeply worried about him. Despite no longer being a couple, seeing Justin in this state has clearly affected her, and she's reportedly shaken by how much he seems to have spiraled. On top of that, there's a lot of speculation surrounding Hailey Bieber. Many people are pointing to her relationship with Justin as possibly playing a major role in his current situation, suggesting that whatever tension or struggles they're facing together might be contributing significantly to his apparent downfall. So, what exactly went wrong with Justin Bieber? How did he end up in this state? And is there any hope for him to find his way back? Let's dive into the details and try to unpack what's going on. But before we get started, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so you never miss any of our new content. It's totally free and helps us bring you more videos to enjoy. There's been something off about Justin Bieber for a while now, and honestly, fans are no longer just confused, they're genuinely concerned. The once vibrant and charismatic star, who would light up every room with his energy, now seems like a mere shadow of the person he used to be. The rumors surrounding him have been non-stop. There's talk of issues in his marriage with Hailey Bieber, constant speculation about potential struggles with substance abuse, and more recently, new reports hinting that the stress of entering parenthood is taking a heavy toll on their already fragile relationship. It feels like Justin has been carrying an overwhelming burden, and it's clearly starting to take its toll on him. The exhaustion, the strain, it's all starting to show in ways we can't ignore. Then came the video from Coachella Week 2, and that's when the concern really hit a breaking point. It was in that moment that fans, and honestly, just about everyone who watched, became deeply alarmed. Justin was filmed acting completely out of character. He looked lost, disconnected from everything around him, and to put it simply, he just didn't seem like himself at all. It wasn't just the die-hard fans who have followed him for years who noticed either. Even the casual followers, those who hadn't kept up with him in a while, could see that something was terribly wrong. People began asking the inevitable questions. What's really going on behind the scenes? How did someone who was once the global pop icon, the high-energy entertainer that we all adored, end up in this state, looking so broken and detached? Coachella, a festival that's typically known for its upbeat energy, good vibes, and electrifying performances, ended up shining an uncomfortable spotlight on the growing concerns about Justin Bieber's well-being. Instead of adding to the celebratory atmosphere, his appearance seemed to raise alarm bells, leaving fans and the public questioning what's really happening with him. A video from the second weekend of Coachella started circulating, and to be honest, it was incredibly difficult to watch. In the footage, Justin was shirtless, hunched over, and appeared completely zoned out. He looked nothing like the vibrant, confident guy fans had once adored. Even those around him seemed visibly confused and uncomfortable, unsure of what they were witnessing. His expression was distant, almost vacant, and his frame was noticeably thinner, which only fueled the growing concerns about his health. Social media quickly exploded with comments, and fans were once again gripped by worry. They couldn't ignore how alarming this all seemed. At one point during the video, Justin was seen puffing on a joint while dancing aggressively, to the point that it actually unsettled the crowd around him. His erratic behavior raised even more questions about what might really be going on behind the scenes, leaving fans feeling helpless and concerned for his well-being. It wasn't just the casual fans who were noticing either. A Selena Gomez fan account took to reposting the clip, and the caption that accompanied it was pretty blunt. This is what Justin Bieber fans need to be worrying about instead of being obsessed with Selena Gomez. And honestly, after watching the footage, it's difficult to argue with that point. The reality of the situation was impossible to ignore. In the comments, fans didn't hold back at all. Many were absolutely heartbroken over Justin's behavior, expressing that it was clear he wasn't in a good place and needed help. Others, however, were quick to call out his fan base for their misplaced focus. Instead of redirecting all their energy into continuing to bring Selena Gomez into the conversation, they argued that it was more important to focus on what really mattered in this moment: Justin's health and well-being. The comments were a mix of concern for him and frustration with how his situation was being overshadowed by unnecessary drama. Exactly. Maybe it's time to shift the focus back to what really matters: his music or his well-being, rather than constantly dragging Selena into every conversation, one user wrote. The frustration was evident in the comments, with some fans turning their attention to Justin's situation instead of the ongoing drama. One individual voiced a particularly poignant concern, asking, "Where is his family? He absolutely needs an intervention." It's heartbreaking, they continued, to witness someone with so much talent and potential falling apart like this. The user pointed out how Justin sings from the heart, pouring his emotions into his music, but sadly, it feels like no one is truly listening to what he's going through. They ended with a hopeful note, saying, "Sending prayers, hoping that someone from his inner circle steps in and helps him before it's too late." The underlying message was clear: Justin needs support, and his fans want to see him get the help he so clearly needs. Even though Selena Gomez has clearly moved on and appears to be genuinely happy with Benny Blanco, those close to her say she remains deeply concerned about Justin. Insiders close to Selena have revealed that watching the recent videos of Justin and hearing the ongoing rumors about his struggles have really shaken her to her core. Despite everything they've been through together, and the fact that they've both moved on with their lives, Selena still cares about Justin's well-being. It's not easy for her to just sit back and watch someone she once loved go through such a difficult time. The emotional bond they shared, no matter the past, seems to have left a lasting impact, and for her, it's heartbreaking to see him in such a fragile state. Even from a distance, she's clearly struggling with the situation, torn between moving forward with her own life and the lingering worry for him. Sources close to Selena say she believes much of what's happening to Justin right now can be traced back to his relationship with Hailey. According to these insiders, Selena allegedly feels that Hailey hasn't been the supportive partner that Justin needs during this difficult time. Instead of being the source of healing and comfort for him, she might be contributing to the challenges he's facing, making the situation even more complicated behind closed doors. This situation is particularly heartbreaking for Selena, especially because she once knew a very different side of Justin, a side that was full of light, hope, and untapped potential. The person she remembers was someone with such a bright future ahead, and seeing him in this state is painful for her to witness. Even though she's no longer a part of his life in the way she once was, and even after all the time that has passed, it's evident that Selena still cares deeply for him and hopes that he can find his way back to a healthier, happier place. But based on what she's been seeing lately, it's hard for her to stay hopeful and optimistic about his future. The emotional toll of watching him struggle from a distance is clearly weighing on her. And honestly, it's not just about that Coachella video that has everyone talking. The past couple of years have been incredibly difficult for Justin Bieber, both personally and professionally. His last studio album, Justice, was released back in March 2021. While it did feature a few standout tracks, the overall reviews were fairly mixed. Critics and fans alike seemed unsure, and the album didn't exactly hit the high notes everyone was hoping for. Since then, his loyal fans have been holding out hope, waiting for Justin to make a strong comeback, to release a new project that would bring him back into the spotlight. They've been eager to hear fresh music, something that would top the charts again, and get his songs playing on the radio like they used to. But so far, that comeback still hasn't materialized. With everything else that's been happening in his life, it's beginning to feel like that moment of resurgence might be further off than anyone expected. And that uncertainty is starting to weigh heavily on both Justin and his supporters. To make matters worse, insiders are saying that Hailey Bieber hasn't been the supportive partner Justin needs during this challenging period. Sources close to the couple claim that Hailey has reached her breaking point with Justin's erratic behavior, particularly after his recent questionable stunt that raised even more red flags. While there's no sign that they're heading toward divorce anytime soon, especially with their 8-month-old son, Jack Blues Bieber, and a massive $350 million fortune to navigate, it's clear that things between them aren't in a good place. The cracks in their relationship seem to be growing, and it's obvious that the pressure of both personal and professional struggles is taking a serious toll on their marriage. Even though Justin and Hailey have been married since 2018, their relationship has made more headlines for its difficulties than for any of the positive moments they've shared. According to Radar Online, Hailey, as a new mom, is reportedly growing increasingly frustrated with Justin's unpredictable behavior, especially after his controversial Instagram Live on March 29th. Fans quickly took notice of his appearance, pointing out how droopy he looked and commenting on how he seemed to be under the influence, with many speculating that he was high. His behavior during that Instagram Live wasn't the first time that Justin's actions had raised concerns. He's been fairly open about his personal struggles, even posting in the past about his issues with anger and his feelings of self-loathing when he felt like he wasn't being true to himself. But his struggles aren't limited to just what he shares on social media. His public appearances have also had fans deeply worried. From an awkward moment at Hailey's road event to being spotted wandering around New York alone during the Grammy Awards, it's become hard for fans to ignore how off he seems. With all of this unfolding in the public eye, many fans are now wondering just how much Hailey is really there for him, and whether she's truly able to support him through everything he's going through. According to an insider, things have been incredibly challenging between Justin and Hailey lately, and it's clear that this chapter of their lives has been difficult for both of them, especially for Justin. The source explained that the transition into parenthood has placed an enormous amount of stress on their relationship, one that neither of them expected. While Hailey has been trying to balance her career and taking care of their son, Jack, it seems like Justin has been spiraling. His behavior has become increasingly unpredictable, and it's starting to take a significant toll on Hailey. The insider shared that Hailey is simply exhausted by the situation. She's at her breaking point, feeling overwhelmed by the weight of trying to handle everything on her own, while Justin's struggles continue to unfold in such a public and troubling way. The pressure has been building for some time, and it seems that Hailey is starting to lose patience with the ongoing drama and the emotional strain of it all. On the other hand, Justin appears to be equally frustrated, especially with the lack of support he's been receiving during such a challenging time. It seems like he's finally reached a point where he's had enough, and he's no longer holding back. His frustration is becoming evident, and it's clear that both of them are reaching their limits in what has become a deeply strained situation. The pop star took to Instagram with a message that was impossible to ignore, along with a video that has definitely got fans and followers talking. Late on Friday night, April 25th, Eastern Time, Justin posted a video that completely turned the tables on the paparazzi. In the clip, which was reposted by the Shade Room, Justin is seen leaving a gate and making his way toward a waiting car when he suddenly flips his camera around to face the swarm of photographers surrounding him. You can clearly see his frustration as he says, "Look at these guys, man," over and over again as camera flashes go off all around him. The tension in the air is thick, and you can feel how upset he is about the constant intrusion. At one point, someone off camera tells the photographers to back off, and there's a moment where a photographer, seemingly confused by the situation, asks, "You're filming me?" Another voice can be heard asking, "You guys done trying to clear the scene?" The clip ends with Justin's caption making his feelings crystal clear. This has to stop. It's evident that he's reached his breaking point, and he's had enough of the constant attention. So, what do you think? Do you think Justin's frustration is justified, or is there more to the story? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be the first to catch my next video. I post updates like this every week, uncovering the secrets of your favorite celebrities.